Alright, we are back with everyone's favorite YouTube series. You know the one.
Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know, the one where we analyze South Park movie parodies and rank them.
Right.
And this week's episode is probably the most requested one yet, as we're taking a look at the episode Toilet Paper.
Toilet paper? And toilet paper?
Which is South Park's parody of the iconic movie Silence of the Lambs.
I see.
And this was suggested by my loyal subscriber, codename Larry6518, who won the vote with 10 likes. Wow. But yeah, if you have a suggestion for the next South Park movie parody, drop a comment below, because the comment with the most likes wins and will be my next video. So, without further ado, let's break down how South Park took one of the best movies of all time and turned it into one of their greatest episodes ever.
Tell me what I want to know, and I'll help you catch whoever toilet papered that house.
So yeah, honestly, I was so excited that this episode won the vote, as I absolutely love Silence of the Lambs. But after rewatching the episode, I was actually a little surprised to discover that for the most part, Toilet Paper is not actually a Silence of the Lambs parody. Really, only one of the plot lines is, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
So the episode starts with the boys in art class making art. But the art teacher, Mrs. Strable, disagrees, as she clearly does not appreciate the boys' artistic take on a reindeer.
Do you think this is funny, huh?
Clearly, she's not familiar with the great artist, Michael Scott.
A penis, when seen in the right context, is the most wonderful sight for a woman.
The boys start laughing hysterically, and she decides to give them detention. Oh my god. An art teacher cannot do that. They're not even real teachers. But somehow she manages. And the boys, now stuck in detention, are furious with her. And this is when Cartman comes up with the perfect plan.
TP her house.
Oh my god. No way. That's too far. Even for an art teacher. And Kyle is of course reluctant at first, but Cartman knows exactly which buttons to push. So, with all the boys in agreement on what to do with the art teacher, they head over to the store, where they buy a suspicious amount of toilet paper, but disguise it by also buying 1 pack of chewing gum. Genius. On a side note, I really do love the part with the shop attendant. It's just so stupid, but funny in the best way possible. Him showing absolutely no suspicion at all, and just repeating toilet paper while making small talk with Cartman.
So what are you kids up to tonight?
We're just gonna watch some TV, maybe play a board game.
Nice relaxing night at home, huh? Toilet paper? Toilet paper?
It's definitely one of Matt and Trey's favorite gags, as they did something very similar in the episode The List, where Kyle casually buys supplies to burn down the school.
And a box of matches. Okay, is that everything, little boy?
But yeah, back to the episode, where the boys have arrived at Mrs. Strible's house, ready to TP the crap out of it. But just before they start, Kyle notices that there are kids inside. And this is actually a reference to a movie we have covered earlier in this series, Scarface.
You told me she took the kids in the other car.
She did, boss. She did. They were fucking there. I don't know what's going on.
And the scene it is parodying is when Tony Montana refuses to assassinate a UN lobbyist because his family is with him.
No fucking way. Hey, no fucking way. That's it. Olvídate de eso.
We didn't say nothing about no kids, man.
Estamos este tipo solo. Sin mujer y sin hijo.
But there is zero remorse in Cartman, and he starts throwing the toilet paper. And here we get another reference to another classic movie, Platoon. It's definitely not a one-to-one reference with the plot, but they do use exactly the same dramatic music. And sadly, I can't play the original music, which is a masterpiece. But I'm gonna try to set the mood in a different way. It's also similar in the slow motion, and the way they animate it is surprisingly close, which is impressive because in Platoon we are literally watching one of the main characters die. And in South Park they are throwing toilet paper at the art teacher's house. Yet somehow Matt and Trey managed to create almost the exact same feeling. Shame. Because in South Park, Kyle feels shame for TPing the house. And in Platoon, the platoon feels shame for leaving one of their own behind. After the dramatic but epic montage, we see the horrifying sight of what the boys have done, which leaves Kyle stunned by his and his friends' actions.
Let's go, Kyle.
Together they flee the crime scene, and once they're finally safe, Kyle is still in shock over what they have done and the horrifying consequences of their actions.
There's toilet paper on your hands too, Kyle.
This is one of my absolute favorite lines of the whole episode, because it's joking with the stereotypical expression that you have blood on your hands. So Cartman is basically saying that Kyle is just as guilty as he is. But the whole sequence is just classic South Park, taking something unserious as TPing a house and making it feel like a serious crime like murder. And this is kind of the running joke throughout the entire episode. But yeah, back to the episode. We then cut to Kyle, who's having an epic nightmare.
Honey, what is it?
Imagining the horrifying faces of his victims. But before he wakes up, we are in the classroom, where people have clearly heard about last night's events.
Yeah, they say it's gonna take 3 weeks to get it all down.
And Cartman is not suspicious at all when he engages in the discussion very discreetly, calling the perpetrators masterminds.
Oh, Stan, Kyle, Eric, and Kenny, the counselor wants to see you in his office now.
Yeah, they're in the crapper.
But you relax, Kyle. They've got nothing on us. As long as we all stick to our story, we'll be fine.
Okay, maybe not. Because Cartman has come up with a bulletproof story about their whereabouts.
Last night, all 4 of us were at the bowling alley until about 7:30, at which time we noticed...
And this story is, funnily enough, yet another movie reference. And once again, yeah, it's an absolute banger of a movie. The Big Lebowski. Which is clearly a huge inspiration to Cartman's Alibi, which is, well, loosely based on the plot from Big Lebowski.
In the lane next to us, and we asked her for an autograph, but she didn't have a pen, so we followed her out to her car. But on the way, we were accosted by 5 Scientologists who wanted to give us all personality tests.
Not Donnie, these men are nihilists. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Like the bowling alley scene, only Cartman switches it from nihilist kidnapping stuff to Scientologists taking them to Denver to test them, obviously. But for me, Cartman's genius story have this hysterically overly and aggressively defensive explanation meant to cover up a crime. And ironically, by over-explaining everything in extreme detail, he somehow ends up sounding even more guilty. I mean, he even goes to the lengths of mentioning seeing the goth chick from Breakfast Club. But yeah, back to the episode. So with Cartman having the bulletproof alibi, the boys are safe, as he will do all the talking.
And so I said, that's a terrific joke, Wendy. Tell us another one.
We're gonna talk to you one at a time, boys, okay?
Cartman immediately understands that he is dealing with an evenly matched opponent.
Touche, Mr. Mackey, touche.
Why are they doing this one at a time?
They want to see if we mix the story up and see if somebody will rat out the other 3 for a better deal.
This again plays into the narrative of the episode, treating something as small as TPing a house like a real serious crime, with all the stereotypical flipping on each other to get better deals.
Look, I'm right, okay? Somebody's a fucking rat.
But yeah, it ends with Cartman giving a serious warning to Kyle not to betray them.
I will fucking kill you.
We then cut to the father of the household taking down the last of the toilet paper as Officer Barbrady arrives to begin the investigation. And now we finally come to the point of the episode where the plot kinda splits in half. Because from now on, we see the story from two different sides. We have the B plot with Barbrady trying to solve the crime, and the A plot following the boys trying to get away with it while being eaten up by their own guilt. But yeah, back to the B plot, where Officer Barbrady continues the theme of treating the TPing like it's the worst crime imaginable.
Is that the toilet paper there? I'll need to take those bags as evidence.
The family / the victims are ironically the only ones who doesn't seem to care all that much, creating this funny contrast.
Look, it's just not that big a deal. I mean...
The dad even justifies the prank by saying that he did the same thing when he was a kid, prompting the genius investigator, Officer Barbrady, to immediately question him.
You? So where were you last night at around 9? I was here. Aha! Got you! Officer, why would I TP my own house? Insurance?
Like the reasoning for the father to TP his own house to get insurance money is just, yeah, it's gold. Pure comedy gold. But yeah, the scene ends with Officer Barbrady warning the father that the perpetrators are still at large in a very dramatic fashion. And then we cut to Kyle, having the exact same nightmare again. Only now, we see a reference within his dream. The TV news footage is from a famous clip of a figure skater, Nancy Kerrigan, after she was attacked in 1994. And just like Nancy Kerrigan cried out, "Why?" Yeah, that is definitely terrifying, but as he wakes up, he decides he cannot take it anymore, not even for a second. So he rushes to the door to tell his mom everything.
Hello, Kyle. Going somewhere?
Honestly, I really love this scene, both for its absurdity, but also for the feeling that it creates.
I was just going to get a drink of water.
No need. I have one for you right here.
I couldn't find any movie or TV show that it's directly parodying, but it feels like it could be. It feels like the type of scene that would be in a typical crime movie or something like it, with the lines and the framing and the eerie atmosphere.
Is there anything else I can get for you?
It actually feels like something straight out of a thriller movie, and that's why it works so well.
I'll just be going back to bed now.
You do that. Good night, Kyle.
And with that, Matt and Trey has set the stage for our main parody, Silence of the Lambs. Oh yeah. Cause the crime of the boys forces Officer Barbrady to start using unconventional methods. And what unconventional methods, you may ask? Well,
I just need to talk to someone who knows how toilet paperers think.
okay, so let the Silence of the Lambs parody unfold. And obviously, it starts with Officer Barbrady visiting one of the most notorious TPers in the whole state of Colorado.
Josh Myers TP'd over 600 houses in less than a year. He's a real monster.
Who is sitting in a super high security juvenile detention center. So yeah, Josh Myers is basically a parody of the character Hannibal Lecter, and more specifically, the version played by Anthony Hopkins. And as you can see, Josh Myers has the similar hair, the same scary stare, and the most obvious, his voice.
Why do you think he removes their skins, Agent Starling?
And why would I do that? Because I'm such a charming fella?
The way he speaks is a very clear parody. The scene also starts very similarly to Silence of the Lambs, with both Agent Starling and Officer Barbrady walking down a long hallway past other dangerous criminals, or juveniles in Barbrady's case. Luckily for him, there were no scary kindergartners there that day.
We want to play with you.
Okay, I'm scared now too. That freaked me out.
Or gingers. Jesus. Anyways, in both the movie and the episode, the person that they are there to see is in the very last cell at the end of the hallway. But when reaching the cell, Matt and Trey actually switched the parody over to the more recently released movie, Red Dragon, which was quite relevant at the time as it premiered only 6 months prior to the episode. Anyways, in Red Dragon, Hannibal Lecter meets Agent Will Graham and makes a sly remark.
That's the same atrocious aftershave you wore in court.
That's a terrible cologne you're wearing, officer. You should try something more casual.
The thing is, I always thought this episode was just a parody of Silence of the Lambs, but after looking more into it, it's actually more of a parody of the character Hannibal Lecter himself across multiple movies. And this is just classic Matt and Trey, rather than just doing a quite boring parody of just one movie. They take elements from different movies and make it work within their own framework. Unlike the Family Guy, who simply copies the plot 1-to-1, basically, and throws in a few cheap jokes and that's it.
Dr. Lecter, we are running out of time. I need you to give me some clue.
His name's Buffalo Bill, heavyset blonde.
I mean, just look at this.
I'll have to really lean on my budding criminology skills to decipher these obscure breadcrumbs.
I know I said it 1,000 times, but South Park actually makes the plot work within South Park. It's not like Cartman all of a sudden turns to Hannibal Lecter. No, through clever writing, they actually set up a plot that is similar, yet all the characters stay the same. Matt and Trey they are the best of parody, and it's easy to see why. Anyways, back to the episode, where just as in both Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs, the investigators ask Dr. Lecter for help.
I need your advice, Dr. Lecter.
You want to know how he's choosing them, don't you?
Perhaps you'd care to lend us your view on this questionnaire, sir.
Oh, no. You were doing fine.
And Officer Barbrady does the exact same thing with Josh Myers. Only Barbrady and Josh do it in a slightly lighter tone and not at all as smug as in the movies.
I was hoping you could help me solve a toilet papering case.
And why would I do that? Because I'm such a charming fella?
So yeah, Josh starts asking Officer Barbrady personal questions and wants what he calls...
Quid pro quo, officer. Tell me what I want to know.
Quid pro quo. I tell you things, you tell me things. Not about this case, though. About yourself.
What is impressive, though, is that Agent Starling never cracks under Hannibal Lecter's scrutiny, even as he gets very personal and digs deeper into her past.
But you're not more than one generation from four-wire trash, are you, Agent Starling?
And Josh also digs deeper into the mind of Officer Barbrady, who similarly refuses to crack under severe scrutiny.
Who are you protecting yourself from, Officer Barbrady?
All right. My Uncle Charles used to hit me with a belt. Ah!
Okay, maybe not. But yeah, similar to the movie, Josh is able to give a description of the suspected TPers. He even admires their work, or at least one of them. But yeah, we then cut back to the A-plot, as Cartman is still worried that Kyle is going to rat them out.
We need to talk about Kyle.
Stan is unsure, but Kenny agrees with Cartman. Luckily for them, Cartman has a super smart solution that will solve all their problems. They just have to kill Kyle.
Dude, we're not killing Kyle.
And then we cut to one of the coolest scenes, because Cartman has clearly changed his mind as he's taking Kyle on a sweet little boat ride.
A boat ride? I just thought we should find a private place to talk.
With a bat and a cement block with a chain attached to it. Not suspicious at all. Then all of a sudden, the Godfather music starts playing as he rows them out to the middle of a lake, so they can talk in absolute privacy and not a living soul can hear them. So yeah, while Kyle is explaining that the guilt is eating away at his conscience, Cartman sneaks up behind him and prepares to strike him down. Only Kyle does not fall over or even get hurt. Cartman then reveals that he's actually trying to take him out.
I'm killing you, but unfortunately I could only afford a wiffle bat, so it's gonna take a while.
And Kyle doesn't even fight back. Instead, he accepts his fate. But yeah, this whole sequence is a parody of Fredo's death in The Godfather Part 2. So yeah, yet another legendary movie. Honestly, I mean, how many legendary movies have they referenced already? While we wait for Kyle to die, I wonder what's going on with the B-plot.
You wanted to see me, Officer Barbrady?
And he has gathered the convenience store worker to identify the dead the toilet paper. And this is actually another reference to the Silence of the Lambs, where they similarly open a body bag. The only difference is that there is actually a dead body in the movie. And in South Park, it's, well, old toilet paper. But what they parody really well is the reaction, especially to the smell. But yeah, the convenience store worker struggles at first to identify the toilet paper, as it's far too decayed. But with a deeper look, he recognizes the floral pattern.
Positive ID on the toilet paper.
With this information, Barbrady knows where the perpetrators bought their supplies. And maybe, if he's lucky, the convenience store clerk can point him towards some suspects.
Suspicious like how?
Well, like someone who was black or Mexican.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're back. Yeah, I guess he really went there, huh? Luckily for us, the convenience store worker is not racist and actually has some idea of potential suspects.
We don't allow Middle Eastern people into the store.
Yeah. We're just gonna move swiftly on. As Barbrady, none the wiser, returns to the super high security juvenile detention center to once again ask Josh Myers for answers.
Josh, I need more help.
And we're right back into the Silence of the Lambs parody, with a lot of references. Especially again, the way he gives useful information, and in return, he wants personal information.
Your uncle who hit you with a belt, was he a large man?
I don't have time for this, kid.
Did he stink like beer when he came home from work all tired from playing down at the pool house?
But once again, Barbrady holds strong and does not reveal too much.
All right, my dad dressed me up like a little girl at poker nights and made me sit on all my uncle's laps.
Honestly, all I gotta say is it just works so perfectly. Yeah, genius writing. But the real big reference here is Josh Myers' transformation theory.
No, just think of him as a kind of experiment. A fledgling killer's first effort at transformation.
Your toilet papers wanted to transform the art teacher's house, thus transforming her entire occupation.
I love how he gets all that from whether the toilet paper was single sheet or 2-ply.
Your toilet paperers are most likely students in the art teacher's class, students who aren't very good at art.
It's almost like he already knew the answer, because it was quite obvious. Just like Dr. Hannibal Lecter kind of already knew who Buffalo Bill was before he even got all the information. I don't know, but in a way I wonder if this is Matt and Trey poking fun at the fact that both Josh Myers and Dr. Lecter seem incredibly smart while actually making very educated guesses based on information they more or less already know. As he says, the boys wanted to transform her occupation, while Dr. Lecter's theory is that Buffalo Bill wants to transform himself from a caterpillar into a butterfly. Or more simply put, he wants to become a woman. But just like in the movie, this meeting sends both Barbrady and Clarice to places where they can find their suspects. Clarice to people who applied for sex reassignment surgery and were denied. And Barbrady can narrow it down to someone in her class.
Fly along now, Officer Barbrady. You've got some arrests to make. Fly, fly, fly.
Speaking of someone in her class, let's check back in on the boys and see what they're doing. Oh, that's right. Cartman is still solving their little problem. Godfather style, if you know what I mean. Slowly but steadily, with his wiffle bat. One hit at a time. But he's interrupted by Stan and Kenny. And the fact that they paddle all the way out to the middle of the lake in one of those little couple paddle boat things, yeah, it's really funny. But they bring shocking news, because the police have already arrested someone.
They did? They did? They say they got the guy that did it down at the police station.
Who in South Park could possibly confess to something they did not do after being coerced? Who could it be? This is a toughie. Curious about who the person is. The boys rush down to find the answer.
Hey, fellas!
Of course it's Butters. And it makes even more sense when you find out that he has been interrogated for 40 hours. The math isn't mathing, but sure. I mean, does that mean Cartman was out on the boat for 40 plus hours? Or how is this timeline adding up? But on a side note, I just love how Butters keeps talking to himself in the background.
An early Easter present all wrapped up with a pretty ribbon from Jesus Christ himself. Well, I'm just a little asshole is what I am.
However, Kyle does not like that Butters is taking the fall for their heinous crime, so he decides to confess to Barbrady himself.
Because it was... Wiffle ball, anyone? Anyone care for a nice game of wiffle ball?
Real smooth, Eric. I mean, stopping the confession while at the same time threatening him with your deadly wiffle bat. But yeah, together the boys walk out of the police station when Cartman starts mocking Kyle, saying he was right. As they have basically been given a gift from the Lord himself, they are scot-free. But Kyle still feels bad, which is something Cartman simply does not understand.
Kyle, you don't seem to understand. We're not gonna get punished for this. Ever. I know.
Because now that Butters is in prison for their crime, there is no possibility of them getting punished. And Cartman even explains this to Kyle, and somehow he still feels bad. Which is so strange.
So then how can you feel bad? He feels guilty for doing it and for letting someone else pay for it.
So now both Kenny and Stan agree with Kyle that they should confess for their own conscience, and now also for Butters' sake.
We feel bad for other people.
And Cartman still doesn't understand how they can possibly feel bad. I mean, they're not gonna get the blame. How hard is it? And he even tries to rationalize it by saying that maybe they only want to confess because they think they might get caught later. And for me, this scene truly encapsulates Cartman as a character, or at least a huge part of it. I mean, he is egotistical beyond measures. And yes, we could talk about Cartman for days and days, but this ain't that type of video. Oh no, this video is a South Park parody video. So let's get back into it.
Well, 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 I had to see it to believe it.
Hi, Dad.
Don't you hi-dad me.
They are pissed that their son Butters is in jail, but not because they think he's guilty, because they know for a fact that he's not. Instead, they are pissed that he once again has confessed to a crime he did not commit. But yeah, with his parents clearing his name, Barbrady has no choice but to let him out and once again continue his search, leaving the boys once again in the firing line. But luckily for them, Cartman has found a solution to all their problems. All they have to do is join him on his rowboat in the middle of the lake, where we once again get the same Godfather parody. Only this time he has decided that the solution is to kill all the boys, rather than just Kyle.
Cartman, we're confessing tomorrow at school, and that's final. I'm afraid I can't let that happen.
You can't kill all three of us, Cartman.
Can't I?
And I just love how confident he is that he can actually pull off this little plan with this teeny tiny little wiffle bat. And how completely unbothered the boys are as he hits them one by one. But yeah, will his master plan work out? Who's to say? Bang! The next day, we have finally arrived at the final showdown. as Officer Barbetti has someone who can help him identify the TPers. He has actually brought Josh Myers out of the super high security juvenile detention center, and this is again almost a direct parody of Silence of the Lambs, where Hannibal Lecter agrees to help the FBI catch Buffalo Bill, and in return he negotiates to be transferred to another prison with better conditions. And during that transfer, he is wheeled in wearing the iconic mask to stop him from attacking anyone.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Because, you know, I mean, he bites people. He's a cannibal. And in South Park, Josh Myers is also taken out of prison because Officer Barbetti needs his expert help to solve the TPing. And just like Hannibal Lecter, he is wheeled into the principal office wearing the exact same mask. Only instead of stopping him from biting people, it is stopping him from attacking people with toilet paper. But before Josh Myers can assist them, Mr. Mackey informs everyone that it will not be necessary, because this is when Kyle and the boys come storming into Principal Victoria's office to finally tell everyone the truth. But before they can confess, Josh starts doing his Hannibal Lecter impression again and begins asking people wildly inappropriate personal questions.
Toughened your nipples, didn't it? Oh, son of a bitch!
What's the matter, Principal Victoria? Was your mother abusive? Did she spank your thighs with cold cuts and stick umbrellas up your ass?
Leaving them no choice but to take him outside the office. And so, with Josh out of the room, the boys can finally confess to
I told them everything, you guys. It's over.
Luckily for us, one of you had enough of a conscience to come forward.
This is one of my personal favorite twists in any South Park episode. Because for the entire episode, Cartman has been against confessing. And now, when he realizes the boys are going to do it and he has no way of stopping them, he kinda beats them to the punch. And not because he suddenly feels guilty, but because by his estimation, that will give him the least amount of punishment. And he's not wrong.
You all get 2 weeks of detention, except for Eric, who gets 1 week for being brave.
Yeah, and I love how he rubs it in by pretending he simply felt so guilty that he just couldn't take it anymore. And all the adults actually believe him. Yeah, it's truly Cartman at his absolute best. Once again showing that no one in TV history can be as convincing and manipulative as he is. And with that, Officer Barbetti has finally solved this very serious crime. But wait, where's Josh?
Oh no!
Oh my god, he escaped, leaving poor Officer Brown covered in toilet paper. Oh, I get it. Officer Brown in toilet paper. Genius. I tip my hat to the two of you, Matt and Trey. Genius writing. LOL.
LOL.
You like saying that, don't you?
It's cute, right?
Nah, not really.
Okay, sorry for that. That was gross.
I mean, if you're gonna laugh out loud, why aren't you laughing out loud? Why say it? Why not just laugh?
Okay, Larry, I'm sorry. Can we move on now?
Come on, please.
But yeah, if you have seen Silence of the Lambs, you know this is also another direct reference. Because Hannibal Lecter escapes as well. Only he does it in a slightly less brutal way. You know, he just cuts off a guy's face and wears it as a disguise.
Ready when you are, Sergeant Pembry.
Oh my God.
Tell me why you had to cut the face off the dummy.
I didn't think it was very realistic in the movie, and it turns out it's pretty realistic.
And once again, the episode ends almost exactly like the movie, with both Lecter and Josh Myers calling Agent Starling and Officer Barbetti, subtly letting them know that they are about to go back to doing what they do best. With Dr. Lecter about to eat his friend and Josh Myers about to TP the White House. So yeah, I think we can consider that plotline officially over. So quickly, before we head over to the ranking portion of the video, did any of you boys feel like you learned something you wanna maybe share.
I guess I learned today that sometimes...
Oh, stop it, Cartman. You didn't learn anything. Not a goddamn thing.
Alright, we have finally come to the juicy part of the video, where I rank the episode as a movie parody and compare it to the other episodes we have covered so far. Yeah, you're with me? Okay, so let's quickly summarize our ranking so far. Let's see, we have Human Centipede, currently ranked the lowest, sitting in C tier. And the last video, The Yikes, got ranked just above it. But yeah, nobody saw that. Cause it got shadow banned. But yeah, then we have Medicinal Fried Chicken in A tier. And last but not least, we have Wacky Molestation Adventure and Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers in the super prestigious S tier. And I think right off the bat we can all agree that Toilet Paper is way better than Human Centipede and The Yikes. So the real question is how it stacks up against the heavy hitters in A and the coveted S tier. And for me, it does not quite reach the heights of Wacky Molestation Adventure or the Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers, or whatever it's called. But I do think it can hang out with Medicinal Fried Chicken in A tier. Although I think, for me personally, as a movie parody, Medicinal Fried Chicken just barely edges it out. Like Colonel Sanders as a fried chicken crime boss. Come on. So yeah, A tier, just behind Medicinal Fried Chicken. So, as I mentioned at the start of the video, the comment suggesting a South Park movie parody that gets the most likes will become my next video. And I mean that. So yeah, comment and may the most deserving win. And that's all we had for today. See you in 2 weeks, muchachos. Because I will try to upload every second Saturday from now till the end of time. But most importantly, do not forget to like and subscribe. Sure helps a lot. And if you, for some weird reason, want to become a member and join Patrick's Cinephile Club, you now can. Oh, Patrick, why should I join the club? Well, there are many reasons. Like check out these exclusive sweet-ass emotes. Pretty sick, huh? Yeah, I guess. But is that all? Oh no, of course not. Because you also get one of these super cool badges next to your name, showing everybody that you're a member of the Cinephile Club. And if that's not enough, you will also get a shout out in the outro. Damn, that's pretty sick, bruh. Maybe I will. Yeah, I would definitely join. And may I say, Patrick, that cologne you're wearing really suits you.